Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. Come on in, everybody. We have a quick show tonight. We got a quick show. I need to email a couple of people. But while I'm doing that, y'all come on in. Come on in. How's everybody week going so far? I hope everything is going well. Just give me a moment. Just give me one moment. Just give me one moment. All right, come on in, guys. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the live. I need to just copy a link so I can send it to some people. So just give me a moment. But you guys, come on in. We have a great show tonight. It's not going to be long because I'm going to be honest with you guys. I had planned this huge show and I fell asleep. And when I fell asleep, when I tell you guys I am tired, I'm like, ooh, wee. It was like, I guess I needed the sleep, but at the same time, it drained my energy. So now I'm like dragging. So I'm trying to get this show together. But let me see. I'm trying to share right quick. Let me share this. And where's my share button at? That'll give me a hard time. Let me share the link. Hello, 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 everyone. Come on in. Why is it not letting me share? I can't share this link. Let's see here. Why is it not letting me share? Oh, okay. I know what I had to do. Let me copy the link. All right. Y'all, sometimes when you're getting older, you just forget stuff. And I'm like, how did I do this? And I forgot, but I got it. Let me share this link and then we're going to get into it. Hello, everyone. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. It has been a beautiful day today. I hope everyone enjoyed it. It's such a beautiful day. I hope you all really, really are enjoying it. I love the sun. I love the warmth. That's what I like about Georgia. I was actually talking to my sister-in-law today, and we were talking about how Georgia weather is like really bipolar. It's really, really bipolar. But I love it because in Georgia, it never gets really, really cold. It's, we have some winter and we have a little snow. And if it snows, it doesn't last really long. But for the most part, to me, Georgia now, it's like the weather has shifted and we get more Florida weather. But I love it because I love the heat. The cold, mm-mm. Sister can't do nothing with no cold. But the heat, I love. So, let me send one more text out and then we'll get on into it. All right. Let me put I know my phone is going to ring or buzz. But hey guys, is everyone doing? Let's just get into tonight. Everyone, look, last week was crazy. I don't know if y'all were keeping up. I kept getting bits and pieces. Look, my world is crazy. My world is crazy busy all the time. If it's not dealing with work, it's family, kids, grandkids, something. My world is always busy. I'm always doing something. And at the end of the day, for those who may not know it, I deal with chronic pain. So by the end of the day, I'm exhausted, I'm drained. But what happens is I wake up in the middle of the night, can't sleep, and I will turn on YouTube, see what's going on, catch up. Or my daughter, she normally will send me links and things to look at during the day to catch up. So I've been kind of catching up on last week and all of the drama of last week. So I don't want to go directly right into the good stuff just yet. Just yet. We'll get into that. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. I will tell you guys, this is a lot of adult content. Some of the things that we will be sharing, of course. You know me, guys. I'm going to kind of blare through a blob through some of the stuff. And you guys will have to go back if you want to and view the whole video of what we'll be talking about. I am just here to update you guys on it. I think what I'm going to do now on Tuesdays is going to be Spill the Tea Tuesday. Okay. So every week on Tuesdays, I'm going to come back, spill the tea. I don't think it's going to be at 7 o'clock. I think I'm going to start at least at 6 because my body starts going downhill by 7 o'clock. I'm going down. I'm crashing. Okay. Crash and burn. And for those who know me, if I don't have an event or something I need to be at, I'm in the bed by 8. I'm not asleep, but I'm in the bed because my body is saying, rest, relax from the day. So I probably will start doing, I won't do 7, I'll probably do 6 o'clock. I want to do 5 for like the ride home, and I still might do that. I'm going to see how that goes. But by 7 o'clock, I'm crashing and burning. So, by the time 8 or so come around, I'm done. Okay. So we're going to just work on that. But I want to come to you guys and catch you guys up. Okay. So it's a lot of drama when it comes to Umar Johnson and one of his daughters popped their head out, said, "Hey, I'm here. I'm Umar Johnson's daughter." Allegedly, one of the daughters or children he don't take care of, allegedly. Now, most of us know who Umar Johnson is, right? So let me put this up right quick. But most of us know about Dr. Umar Johnson. Dr. Umar Johnson is a so-called psychologist. I'm not sure exactly what all his degrees are. He's supposed to have several degrees in psychology and different things. And he, let's see, let me stop it. Okay. He okay, I'll put it right there. So he was building a school for young black boys to go to. Okay, he's been building a school for probably I think about 10 years. But anyways, Umar Johnson travels all over, and like a lot of them, he got a big start from Sinetta Studios, right? So right? So he got a big start from Sinetta Studios. People start to hear of him, and then he went viral. Okay, so Umar went viral. Hey Neo, hey. So Umar went viral. Okay, Sinetta Studios, right? So we should have knew something. But anyways, so Umar started to speak all over the world, different places, and so what has happened? He became a big, he became a big deal. Um, share this with you guys. So he became a big deal, right? So people started really supporting Umar, believing in Umar Johnson, his idea. He, don't get me wrong, I give him credit. Umar Johnson is a highly intelligent man. I believe Umar Johnson do have some mental issues that he may need to address, and that's just my opinion. But I will not take away that he's highly intelligent. And if you know anything about mental health, uh, because you're intelligent, it doesn't negate uh, you from being or having mental issues because you're highly intelligent. Okay. But a lot of times when a person is highly intelligent, we overlook some of the things or that they may do as far as mental health issues are concerned. We kind of overlook that stuff. So here he is uh, teaching about, uh, how the system, over medicates our young black men, which I agree, how the system is really quick to put our young black children into special ed, especially our boys. I agree with that. But some of the things that he said, he's a little off as far as how to address special ed and the different cases, because all cases are different. So when you're talking about addressing a child with special needs, you have to look at that child, and that's why they have goal charts and IEPs and things. And a parent has to really be involved and have an understanding of what an IEP and all of that is. So, anyways, he has gotten millions of dollars for this school. Okay. He has gotten, well, let's just say we know at least close to 2 million. Hey, doctor, how are you? Bless you. I hope you're having a great week. So let's just say he has gotten 2 million at least. He got a building. It's not a school. So now here it comes out. He got baby mama drama. So I'm just gonna play y'all a little clip of this of Dr. Umar. And like I said, we are just really showcasing what has just transpired during the week. Let's see if I can get it.
Shout out to Wilmington, Delaware. Appreciate the love. I'm hoping we can stop littering on the campus grounds. Too much litter on the campus grounds. I'm not feeling that. Please put the trash in the trash can, not on the street. I done picked up somebody shit it. I don't know if that was human shit or dog shit, but somebody shit it on my school steps.
Oh my
I don't
goodness.
know why you would shit on my steps or let your dog shit on my steps. So please, please, no more shitting on my steps, all right?
Woo,
we got the doggy out here.
That was an old
This
video.
dog keep on pissing on my damn yard. Who dog is this?
Now this is so-called the school
Whose
guys.
dog is this?
One of
See,
the
it looked
schools.
like
He
he gonna
brought
try
two
to start
buildings.
shitting
They were
again.
old
Yo,
schools
you. Hey,
that he hasn't done
stop shitting
anything
in the
with.
yard, family, okay? I done found condoms, alcohol bottles all over the place. This is not the drink spot. We got to do something about this dog. Well, he done already shit it, so I think he done for the night. He might be fasting too. Shit, I don't know.
Speaking of farming, I need some black farmers to get at me. You must know your trade because I'm looking at farmland in Delaware. We need an acre or
This is
two
Umar
for our
Johnson,
school
y'all.
farm. We need an acre or two for our school farm. We're going to have crops and animals,
Oh, now
cows,
this first time I heard
horses,
that
chickens,
he wanted a
turkeys. We
school
might even do
farm.
some pigs, black pigs.
He said black
Black
pigs.
pigs. We're going to have black pigs. We're going to have a farm,
Stop
crops,
it.
and animals.
Stop it.
I will be going through the resumes.
Uh-uh.
I will be going through the resumes to see if we got any black farmers. But if you are a black farmer, just text me. Dr. Umar, I'm a farmer and I'm in DC. I'm in Virginia. I'm in Michigan. I'm in Pennsylvania. I can come help you anytime, brother. I'm a retired farmer. I love to help you set up your farm. Aquaponics. Oh, we about to take it over. Crops and animals.
Stop it.
Cows, horses, chickens, turkeys. We might even do some pigs, black pigs. Black pigs, black pigs. The black mice come in and we go squealing around the floor. Squeal, 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 squeal.
Now this one right here,
squeal, squeal.
This is older clips.
Squeal, squeal, squeal.
But
cows, horses,
I'm gonna
chickens.
pull it together for you in a minute.
Loosey goosey.
I'm sorry, y'all. Umar be tripping.
The loosey goosey.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm gonna go to the pet store and I'm gonna get about 50 baby mice. And the minute one of you Negroes starts squealing about election day, I'm gonna throw a mice on you.
Memphis, Tennessee, October 5th. Memphis, Tennessee, October 5th. So we got back-to-back Memphis.
Okay, so let me give you a little background on some of this. Yeah, I agree, Dio. Now check this out. So, shout out to Leonard Arnold for honor. Honor. I think it's honor, and we say Arnold, but it's honor. Shout out to him. He is the one who has followed Umar Johnson from like the beginning, and he has just a mountain of videos, and he's actually built his platform. And I think Leonard Arnold has I want to say about 900. Let me get right. He has a lot of people. Let me see if it'll tell us right here. He has like, I don't know why it's not showing up here. It usually shows up. But he has, I want to say maybe 90,000 followers, something like that. He has a crazy amount of followers. And so he has literally built his platform on Umar Johnson and just trying to get people not to support Umar because, number one, he seems to have some mental issues going on. And number two, all of the money that everybody has sent him, he has spent on himself. He has not spent this money that I know of, or allegedly has not spent this money on the school. He is thousands of dollars in tax debt. He is one of these so-called leaders that we have out here now that is telling you about what you need to do as a black person, a black woman, a black man, but he's not doing what he's supposed to do as a black man. So shout out to him. Y'all, please go follow. If you want more info on Umar Johnson, go to Leonard Honors platform. I don't know why I'm getting tongue-tied. Because he has all of the
back-to-back Memphis
when it comes to Dr. Umar. Now I know this is an old clip because he's shaved right here.
Black pigs.
All right, good question. We got a lot
Leonard
to get.
Arnold right here, guys. He is the one that has been um, he's the one who has been getting all of the information over the years about Umar Johnson. Let me say this. If you guys have not seen the crash out with Umar Johnson and oh shoot, what that man's name? Um Girl, that theme song is a fool. I love to hear him saying the theme song. I love it. I cracked up when I first saw it. And of course, I found out about Leonard Arnold through my daughter. She's keeps me updated. But honey, that theme song is crazy. I love it. But have y'all seen the crash out with Umar Johnson and Sarah Sutton Seti? If you have not seen that, you have to look that up. You talking about a crash and burn. When he went off on Sarah Sutton Seti, he was fire hot at him. Girl, I'm talking about laughing. And the thing about it is, guys, we laugh at it, but it's really sad because this man is present himself as a so-called leader in our community. And we need to stop the cap. We need to view a person for who they are, not necessarily for what they say, but what they show us. We need to quit following people by what they say. We need to follow people by what they do, their character, their lifestyle. Quit following people by what they say because they read a book or they have some intelligence or they have some knowledge that you may not have. Okay? Quit doing that. You follow a person if you're going to follow a person, if you're going to support a person, try to support someone that is showing you that they are doing the work. They are putting the work in, that is showing you a lifestyle that complements what they're saying. Okay. If a person is telling you one thing but doing another, then that means that what they're doing is really who they are, not what they're saying. Mouth can say anything. Okay. I can tell y'all right now, I'm the queen of England. Okay. I can put on the crown. I can put on the robe. I can tell y'all to call me Queen Elizabeth. That don't make it real. That doesn't make it so. So we need to stop that. We need to stop following people because they're good orators. Okay. But anyways, so what has come out in this last week, his one of his daughters have addressed him and said, "Hey, Dad, I'm here. We need to talk." And he has crashed and burned and has, first of all, he blocked the girl on his when she came to his page, tried to talk to him, he blocked her, don't want to talk to her. And now it's just a whole drama because she wanted to know about her other August brothers and sisters. And he didn't want to give her the information. Pluto smell like he gassing in my room. Y'all, I'm finna put him out.
He was an active father. So at first you wasn't an active father. Then you were active father. The story is not making sense, not adding up. He just tell lies. All he do is lie. And if y'all
now, this is his
believe
daughter.
everything he's saying, y'all just
Leonard kind of blurted out, but this is his
That's
daughter.
What I'm saying. He admitted he wasn't in my life. So how you go from not being in my life to now you an active father? It's not adding up.
Mm-hmm.
We were supposed to meet Thursday, but he not responding to me and he's blocked. So I don't care. He's blocked. No, not really. I don't really care for his side of the family. I already got my own family on my mom's side.
So, as you can kind of hear, she's upset. She really tried to reach out. He rejected her. And now she's going through something. And this guy is a guy that I've never personally, let me just put it that way, I've never personally sent him a dime. But our community has supported him. Ladies, let me tell you something. This is to my ladies. If a man is not taking care of his children, the children he brought into the world, gave life, if he's giving you some blowed out excuse, why he's not taking care of his children, just know that 9 times out of 10, he's not going to be able to take care of you. He's if he's not taking care of his blood, something is wrong. And what we cannot do is follow a so-called leader who has gotten millions of dollars, or at least $1 million, from the community and hasn't given his children any, hasn't spent time with his children, but he's telling you what you need to do as a Black man and a Black woman. But he's not doing it. We got to stop the cap. We got to stop following these people, giving these people money. We have to stop. So now his world has blew up, because now his children are coming out and saying, hey, he's not been a father. And I do have fair use.
When I really sit back and think about
fair
it,
use, because I
both
am
of my dad's side of the
coming
family
from
are
Leonard
really
Arnold's
toxic.
channel. Shout out to Leonard Arnold.
Umar's side of the
Please go over there
family,
and
I'm not saying they
subscribe to him.
toxic, but I'm just saying them. It's just too much.
There is a lot of toxicity.
Yeah, he blocked me on Instagram, and I blocked him on iMessage. So
Now you see, she said he blocked me on Instagram. Okay, he blocked his daughter because she was trying to reach out to him and get him
I don't care
to
about it.
to speak.
Exactly. He's only trying to save face. That's what I'm saying.
And how are you going to block your own daughter that you've been absent in her life since she was in and around 10 years old? How you going to, it's been 12 years. How you going to block her off of Instagram?
So he hasn't been in this young lady's life for 12 years. Wow. And this is a guy who, again, is going around trying to scam people. It's terrible. Yeah. Trying to scam people, trying to get to the point where she gets to talking to the other daughter. I think this might be it. Is it? Let me see.
What he did. I mean, ultimately, the whole thing, but shit. I mean,
but
so
this is another thing. A lot of the Black community deals with deadbeat dads. So I think y'all just throwing it out of proportion because he Dr. Umar, because of the person he is, because of what he stands for. So I say he a fraud. How you stand for this and you doing the same shit? Or you stand against something, but it don't add up. It just don't add up.
See.
And she starts to date, or she starts to navigate herself throughout the world. She doesn't know what to do, because I do think a woman can raise a man, but you can only teach a man but so much, and vice versa. So therefore, when you don't have that father figure, even with sons, it's very important.
Okay, so this is just a part. I was trying to find the part where she actually is talking with, she found her sister. And like I said, go to Leonard Arnold's channel if you want more, because he's got all the tea. He's done 3 days of talking about Umar Johnson, child, and this whole debacle of him shunning his children, And I look at it like this: anybody from this point who supports this guy, knowing that he has not supported his children, he has not raised his children, he has not financially supported them, physically supported them, emotionally supported them at all. If you still sending this guy money, you need your head checked, or that tells me something about you and your character. He has a building. It is not a school. He's had people over the years to say, hey, it was one guy, I can't remember his name, but he actually did create a school. He said, I can come to you and show you how to open the school. I can show you how to open a school. I can help you how to get grants or how to get people to help build. There was another guy who told him, I will come and do the work as far as the air conditioning system and stuff is done. But he was like, no, I know what I'm doing. I can do it myself and blah, blah, blah. And he shunned these people off. But in reality, I think what it was, he just wanted the money. He wanted the donations to come in, is what it was. I'll play some of it. I just didn't want to play a lot because I don't want Leonard to flag me, but I don't think he will. But I'll play a little bit of it. So, hey, baby, hold on. I get it for you. And tell you, Tramiel, he know I'm on live. I'm making all that noise. All right. Here you go, babe. Here, Rocky. Huh. Is she on live? I'm on live now. All right. They can hear everything you saying. Oh, excuse me. Let me be quiet then. That's my middle daughter. Let me see. I gotta play because I love it too. I can go back. What is that? Let me go back. Now, where is that? Just play this too.
It's coming, 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 oh, it's coming. FTMG is coming, FTMG is coming, thought his personality be twerking, it's twerking.
All right. And here we are again. The saga continues. You notice Umar, he ain't talking about FNG all that much. He's done quite a few videos since the last time we got together. So he may have brought it up. We'll get into that today. We're just going to try to get caught up and hopefully we get to a point.
Tired farmer, I love to help you set up your farm. Aquaponics. Oh, we about to take it over. Crops and animals. Cows, horses, chickens, turkeys. We might even do some pigs. Black pigs. Black pigs. Black pigs. The black mice come in and we go squealing.
That jugger said black pigs. Black pigs. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. It's funny to me because I'm like, to me, and I was telling one of my daughters, we were talking, some things you think is just common sense to people. You know, you see a guy like this kind of acting out, and it's just common sense that he ain't all there, that, you know, something's kind of shaky. But in reality, a lot of people don't see it. A lot of people see this behavior as, I guess, normal. And it's always amazing to me to see people follow people like this guy. Now, don't get me wrong. When you first hear someone, especially if you probably first heard him in a speech, he speaks very intelligently. In the later years, he's kind of, his speech has kind of slid, if you know what I mean. He's kind of lost some of his vocabulary. But, and that could be, I don't know, whatever he's going through, whatever's going on with his mind. I love that song. I'm going to play it again before we get out of here. I'm going to play it again. But he you know, you can get caught up when you first hear him and say, oh, this guy, he really intelligent. He knows what he's talking about. But like I tell anybody, give it time. Give a person time and they will show you who they are. And when you see that and you recognize there is a problem, that's when it's time to say, okay, let me pull back my support because something's not right. Let me look, keep an eye on this and see where this thing is going to go before I start giving all my money and my time and my heart. We need to stop just giving people all our money, all our time and our heart before we really know who they are. So this guy right here has truly, in my opinion, scammed the heck out of the Black community. This guy has not worked for years. And some of the work he said he was like a principal and things. Leonard has uncovered that he never was a principal at a school. Allegedly, he never was. So, like I said, Leonard have built a huge platform off this guy. So if you have not subscribed to him, go subscribe to him, follow him, and and learn more about this guy, Dr. Umar
around
Johnson.
the floor. Squeal, 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 squeal. Cows, horses, chickens.
Oh my God.
Loosey goosey. You
Yeah.
the loosey goosey.
Child. Mm.
I'm gonna go to the pet store and I'm gonna get about 50 baby mice. And the minute one of you Negroes starts squealing about election day, I'm gonna throw a mice on you.
Memphis, Tennessee, October 5th. Memphis, Tennessee, October 5th. So we got back-to-back Memphis. Back-to-back Memphis.
Like I said, he speaks all over, has been speaking all over and getting paid, not just from donations, but from all these speaking engagements that people are paying him or have paid him to speak at. I mean, he has really, to me, scammed our community. But part of the problem and part of the fault has to lay on us.
All right,
Here
this
you go,
fresh day, we
doctor.
got a lot to get into. This is a back-to-back Memphis day. We're going to do another live stream in this evening. This is just to get things started. Shout out to the Tip Fresh Chat. Shout out to the Black Pigs and the Mices. Let's go.
FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's coming.
Everybody hit the like button. Please share. Please share.
FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's coming. It's coming.
He did the song.
It's coming. It's coming.
He did this song right here. He did that. I love it.
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Oh, it's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. Thought his personality be twerking. It's twerking.
Yeah, he can sing. He's talented and he's smart. He got his he went ahead and finally got his master's degree in cyber
all right.
technology.
Here we are again.
So he
the saga continues. You know,
he's a smart guy. And one thing about it, I know somebody had tried to do and I'm assuming that person was a Umar supporter. They tried to do a piece on Leonard Arnold. But as far as I know of following him, he's always worked. He's worked at he had worked at the same company for quite a while. And while he was working at that company, he was going to school and he finally got his master's in cyber technology. So he's probably making pretty good money for sure now in that cyber technology. And also he's very talented. Yeah, he is. He's a smart brother. Shout out to him. And he's, he's a father. He's home with his children. Him and his wife are raising their children. So shout out to Leonard Arnold. And like I said, if you haven't subscribed to the channel and you really want some info on Umar Johnson, go to his channel. He's got tons and tons of videos on Umar Johnson. So that's the tea for Umar Johnson this week. The tea is Umar Johnson's daughters have come out and said he is a deadbeat, okay, that he is not taking care of him. Yeah, he should be, but he's not. He's not ashamed. First, he didn't try to blame it on the daughter. He was saying that, oh, she's got a struggling channel, so she's bringing me on because she has a struggling channel and she wants attention and blah, blah, blah. And he's done blamed it on the mother. He's done blamed it on the child. He done blamed it on everybody but himself. Just basically, for not being a father. Okay, so yeah, he's a deadbeat, and whoever supports him from this point ought to be shamed. He needs to go get a job. I don't know what era we are living in right now where so-called conscious people think that they don't have to work. I don't understand that. If you don't want to be a part of the society, okay, then go live on a mountain somewhere, and then kill wildlife and grow your own food and build a hut. I don't know what to tell you. But as long as you're using electricity, water, a roof, you're getting food from the grocery store, you need a job. And people on YouTube and Instagram and all these other platforms need to stop supporting deadbeats. Okay? That kills me. They spend so much money. I mean, you think about all the money they sent to Nature Boy. Why would you be sending money to Nature Boy to support Nature Boy? Okay, you may have liked some of what he was saying. Right, doctor. I don't get it. You might have liked some of what Nature Boy was saying. You may have liked some of what Pharaoh was saying at one time, or Polite was saying, or whoever. Okay, but the fact of the matter is, these people didn't work. They did not have a solid income. And you were supporting them, cash apps and all this. And I just don't, it blew my mind to see how much money these people make off off the internet and Instagram and stuff. It blows my mind because there are real organizations that really need the money, that are really helping people. In your city, in your town, there are homeless shelters that need people. There are domestic violence shelters that have women and children that need things. You want to spend your money, then you take your money and you put it where it can help people, really help people. But sending money like this guy, hundreds and thousands of dollars, come on, guys. He didn't even have a boys' camp. I could see if he said, I'm having a boys' camp, and y'all see there's 20 boys, and he's trying to get them book bags or shoes or whatever, and you said, okay, I'm going to donate to that. I could see that. But just donating to this guy because he says, I'm building a school, and he showed you some empty buildings, and you keep sending money year after year after year, and you realize there's no school. You realize this guy doesn't have a job. He hasn't showed you any plan. Okay. Where is your plan? Where's your business plan? How are you going to maintain this school? Before I send you this money, tell me, how are you going to maintain this school? Exactly what do you need? He says, well, we're going to need a lot of money. We need thousands of dollars. We need thousands of dollars. Okay, that's not telling me. What is the cost of not only you getting the school, but running the school? What is your annual cost going to be for staffing, for maintenance, for supplies, and all the other stuff, for insurance and licensing and all the stuff that you're going to need? That's what we needed to be asking him before we sent him all this money. So now we've sent him, I think Leonard Arnold said he know at least $2 million he can account that Umar Johnson has gotten. Umar Johnson doesn't own a house. He doesn't own a car or anything. Where's the $2 million? It dang straight in that school. He owes $1,000 of back taxes on that school. Okay. Probably the city ain't came and took the school because they just don't want to be bothered with it. It's just a headache. But if a developer ever come through and want that land, you can believe those schools are going to come down. Okay. So we just need to stop, guys. So the T for Tuesday is on Umar Johnson. Is Umar got some baby mama drama. And guys, we need to quit supporting deadbeats. Come on, you can find other things to do with your money. Let Umar Johnson get it together and get a job. Because I promise y'all, if y'all quit giving him money, he'll go out and get a job or something. Okay. Just like, if people had to stop supporting Nature Boy, he wouldn't have been taking these people all over the world and mistreating these people. And maybe some of them would have got a job. They have gotten and I'm not gonna get on the whole Nature Boy kick right now, but These young people are so messed up that most of them still believe that I don't need to work. Okay. The Bible said a man don't work, don't eat. And my granddad said the same thing. You need a job, you need to work. You want my hard-earned money? Look, let me tell you something. And doctor, I know you'll agree with this. I work too hard. I work when I'm sick. I've worked with when my back was out. I've worked when I've had the flu. You know, I've worked hard in my life. And I work too hard to just give somebody money who don't want to get up off the couch and go to work. They think work is like some disease. They can't do it. But you want my hard-earned money? You want me to go out there and work and give it to you? No, baby. No. That ain't happening. So people, with Umar Johnson, before y'all give Umar another dime, I would suggest that y'all check out some of Leonard Arnold's videos. Stop begging. She said, I refuse to be a slave. But you know what? And the sad thing is, we got so many people like that they like, no, I don't have to go to work. You know, I ain't gonna be a slave and and get mad when you don't support them, but they want your money. I mean, and they, like you said, she done cussed the woman out. They get mad. No, baby, it don't work like that. You want me to give you my money and then get mad when I don't. You ain't got up one day at 5 o'clock and went in. Ain't people crazy. I'm telling you. He people crazy. They're crazy. Crazy. Okay, so next tea we gonna spill. And I tried to find we're gonna get to GRLA Hebrew in a minute, but I won't put him last. Next thing I wanted to report on to you guys on is okay. Spilling the tea Tuesday. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Share. Matter of fact, I need to share on my face. Well, I won't do that. Okay. So, if a lot of you don't know, or if you're keeping up, right now, our country and the world is in turmoil. President Trump has a plan for us in the world, and it's not a good one. As you can tell, prices are going up everywhere and things are high. So I don't know if a lot of you know, but the other day he bombed Yemen. Okay. And sent a warning out to Israel. We're going to be in World War III soon.
Head of the Hamas government. Let's get right to Trey Yingster, our chief foreign correspondent. He's live from Tel Aviv for us at this hour. What is the situation there tonight, Trey?
Yes, Sandra, good afternoon. We do have some breaking news for you right now. Minutes ago, sirens were sounding across southern Israel as the Iran-backed Houthis in Yemen launched a ballistic missile toward this country. We are told by the Israeli military the missile was intercepted outside of Israeli airspace, but as a precaution due to the shrapnel from this.
Okay, so guys, I'm not going to play a lot. That's from Fox. You can go and look it up because they will strike you. But guys, we need to know right now a lot of things are going on. We need to be aware of what's going on, and we need to be prepared for what's going on. So all of these little YouTube beefs and things are distractions. We need to really pay attention to the big picture and what is happening. We're about to be dragged into another war. We've got Ukraine and Russia. We're right in the middle of that. We got Iran and Israel. We're in the middle of that. And by him bombing Yemen, you know, don't think we too far that they can retaliate. So just be mindful, guys, that some stuff is going on. Not only that, I don't know if you guys have been keeping up, but Trump tried to put into law that alien law from the 1700s that was established, where he can deport um, people faster under this law, and a judge blocked it. But just because the judge blocked it don't mean that it's not going to eventually come through. And then literally with that, and I don't have all of it right in front of me, but you guys go look it up. But with that law, they can literally knock down people's doors and drag them out and deport them. Okay. It's getting scary, guys. And we need to be mindful, and we need to be aware, and we need to watch out. So that's my Trump. That's my Trump spiel for the day. Y'all need to watch it. Trump and I think Elon is the real president. That's just my opinion. And Trump is just the tag along. You know, he the face, but Elon running everything. Elon is telling everybody what to do. Okay, we ain't elect Elon. Elon don't care. I'm a billionaire. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I got a whole world, anyways, on Mars. So if y'all don't like me, all I gotta do is get in my spaceship and fly away. So he don't care. Okay. And they probably got a whole city underground too that we know nothing about. That is another story, right? A whole nother story. We gotta do a show on that. Okay. And then to Elon running everything, Doctor. Shout out to Neo X-Men. Neo talked about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. I don't know. We talked for a while today. And I really enjoyed that. She stimulate my thinking, and I appreciate that. And so shout out to her. You know, and what I have to say, you know, as people, it doesn't matter how old you are, we're always growing. The wise man told me one time, he said, you know, when you recognize a wise person, I said, what? When they say they don't know anything. And I was like, wow. But as time went on and as I grew, I realized that there is so much about this world and the universe and all of that we don't know, that you are constantly learning. Every day you're learning. You can learn, you know, from a baby. You can learn from your dog. There are things that you can learn from nature, and so it's so much that we are learning. We're constantly in a learning mode and growing. I don't care how old you are. You're always going to learn, and you need to experience new things in life so that you can broaden your horizon. One thing about a person who is well traveled is the fact that when you are well traveled and you see other parts of the world and how people are, it will broaden your mind, because you realize that this little bubble that I've been living in, that's just not the be all. You know, there's so much more out there to see and explore and experience. So that's just my little tidbit of what we're learning every day. So y'all just forgive me. I ain't put no makeup on today. I just came on. I tried to put a little something on my lips, but it's gone. Because I was sleeping hard. When I tell y'all that nap was good today, I needed that nap. I sit on that couch. Next thing I knew, I was gone. And then my daughter was coming through the door. I was gone. She's like, Mama, you here? Yeah, I'm over here sleep. I'm on the couch sleep. So, like I said, be mindful. That's my tea spiel for Leonard Arnold is live now, guys. And I tell you, Leonard Arnold has a great following. He has like 598 watching now. He'll probably get up to 900 before he's off. He has a great, great following. And one thing about Leonard Arnold that I respect, you're not going to get a lot of cussing on his channel. You know, you're not going to get, him, you will be and da 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 da. You're not going to get all that on his channel. And I respect that. And he's built his channel a huge following, and he hasn't done all those antics, and I respect that. I really, really do. Let me see if I can find this. I think it was. So I don't know how many of you saw the debate with Elder Yara and Reggie something. Let me see if I can find it. I'm not subscribed to where they did the debate. So let me see if I can find it. No, that's the two. Let me see if I can find it. And we're going to talk about it. I'm not going to play it, but we're going to talk about it. Let's see here. Where is it? Where is it at? Let me go to this channel. It just was on. So what do they do with it? Okay, there you go. Okay. So here we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Come on in. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Shout out to the ones who's out there listening. Welcome, welcome. This is Spill the Tea Tuesday. We are just doing a back run on what has happened during the week. Now, for those of you who may not have seen the debate between Elder and Reggie, what's his name? Brother Reginald Yara. Now he is, they did do this debate on the House of Consciousness. They did it over there. I don't know if Elder Yara streamed it or not. But the reason why I'm bringing this up, I did not, I saw it. Well, I saw it, I guess, a day after the debate. I didn't see it the day of the debate. I watched the day afterwards. And I read some of the commentary and stuff. I do not debate the Bible. I do not debate, I guess, the validity of the Bible or God or Jesus or none of that. I will give my opinions. I have taught before, but as far as debating, I will not get into it. And the reason being is people believe what they want to believe, and people have their own truth. Let me put it like that. People have their own truth. Not to say that some is right and some is wrong, but some interpretations can be wrong. So they were debating on, I guess, is Jesus Christ? Can you prove that Jesus Christ is real historically without using the Bible? And there are some texts that support the fact that there was a man named Jesus. There was more than one man named Jesus historically that was written about without being in the Bible. Okay. There were philosophers that wrote about Jesus, Greek philosophers, Roman, Jewish philosophers that wrote about this man named Jesus historically, that you can look up. Now, if you want to nitpick and say, well, okay, what day did they write it? Give me the exact day, time, and da 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 da. Well, that is hard to depict from anything. We weren't there. So I can't say that philosopher, what day and time he wrote it. I just know that they are legitimate writings on the historical Jesus. Now, did Jesus walk on water and change water to wine? I don't know. I wasn't there. But I do believe in the Christ, calling him Jesus. Hey, that's debatable. That's the name we were given. But I'm not getting into all that. But it was an interesting debate. So if y'all didn't see it, go back and see it. I know some of them said that Reginald won. I don't think he won. Not that I'm taking per se Yara's side. I think he did show some historical writings. How far y'all want to go back with, But like I said, people gonna believe what they want to believe. But I do believe he did show some historical writings on the historical Jesus. It was an interesting debate. I got to say. So if y'all hadn't seen it, look at that debate. And make your own opinion. Okay. But I enjoyed it. Now, another thing that you have to go see if you did not see. So my daughter called me, and I'm still trying to find it. I don't know. He might have took it down. My boy Judah Nass. 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 Judah, Judah, Judah. That's all I can say. Judah, Judah, Judah. So, last week, that's not what I wanted. Last week, there you go. Go back to my history. Last week, child, Judah got to talking about why he put his wife's underwear on his head. Okay. So I was trying to find the video, two videos. I was trying to find a video that Yara and Judah a couple of days ago, this a few days ago, got into a debate on, I guess, was it a sin or was it right for Judah to put his wife's panties on his head? Now, I guess it was probably about 6-8 months ago or so. Judah had came online and he put his wife's panties on his head. And I was trying to find that clip. I thought Unseen Soldier had the clip, but I couldn't find it. Right, and Doctor, this is crazy. So I couldn't find it. Right, I couldn't find the clip. I don't know if Unseen Soldier took it down or I just wasn't looking in the right place. And then I went back to get the clip of Judah because my daughter had sent me a piece of it and I should have saved it. I didn't. It was on my phone and I'm not that technical. I think I erased it. But anyways, Judah and Elder Yara got into it about these underwear. Was it a sin? Was anything wrong with him putting his wife's clean underwear on his head? When I tell you guys, I laughed my head off because they were having a serious debate about this underwear on Judah's head. And I'm thinking to myself, are they serious? Are these grown men really sitting here talking about this woman's underwear being on Judah's face or head or whatever? And it went to from that Judah was wearing it as a mask for COVID. Yeah, right. And I'm like, guys, really? Y'all are really going back and forth about these underwear. First of all, guys, one thing I was telling Neo when I talked to her earlier today. I think our lines of morality has been messed up. They're not, some people don't have a clear definition of morality and what that means to them. Some people have different viewpoints as far as their values are concerned. And this is why we have to have law of land. Because if we didn't have law of land, people would react on their emotions, their desires, and they would just do whatever they feel is right to them. And by doing that, they would destroy a lot of people. So we have to have those laws to keep people in check, because some people's view of morality and values are messed up. So for me to see two grown men talking about these underwear and debating back and forth about this underwear, to me is laughable, because it's like, really, guys? Here you are, two Israelite leaders of your people, and you can't find that us talk about with Judah's wife underwear. That, I mean, that's to me, that's will fall in lines of that morality. Okay, I don't want my husband showing my underwear, whether they're new or not. That's personal to me. I think that that's part of keeping that privacy of your bedroom and your intimacy private. So I think that sometimes the lines are screwed up with that morality with folks, and that's where we going. That's where a lot of things go wrong, because people believe what they believe, and by us all, being born and raised in different households, different tribes, different communities and cities, those lines can be crossed sometimes. But it just was funny to me that these two grown men were on here arguing back and forth about his wife's underwear. It's like, y'all ain't got nothing better to do. Okay. So that's why, guys, a lot of times I peep in and out on YouTube. Some of you know, some of you may not know, I deal with chronic pain. And so by the end of the day, like right now, my body is crashing. Okay. By the end of the day, I'm going down fast. And at night, I'm up and down because I'm in so much pain. So when I wake up at night, it's usually when I catch up with whatever has happened in YouTube. And I just do that because I can't sleep. So until the pain kind of goes down and goes away. So that's when I normally will catch up, see what's going on YouTube, see what's happening, see what people have said. And it's, to me, it just be hilarious. Some of it just be like, really? I just don't. Some people I don't get. Some people I don't get us. I just don't. But to each his own. But yeah, they had a big thing, powwow, and I don't know if they're upset with each other right now. It kind of looked like they was upset at each other because they didn't agree on these underwear. But I tried to go back and find where him and Yara had kind of got into it about the underwear. And it was his last video he had done, but I couldn't find it. So I don't know if he cut it out or I just couldn't. I kept skipping. I don't know, but I couldn't find it. But yeah, they I was arguing over his wife's underwear. Yeah. So that's part of the tea for Tuesday. I don't know why, but you can go back and look at Yara's debate. It was pretty interesting. But everybody teaches on. Everybody's gonna have their own opinion about the validity of Jesus, the Christ, the validity of the scholars, whatever. Okay, to each his own. But it was an interesting debate, so you might want to go and look at that. Now on to the good stuff. Shout out to Queen Throne. Shout out to Queen Throne. Oh, and let me say this clip I have up here. This was by Unseen Soldier. I think he's changed the name of his site to MK the Mac. Let me tell y'all something. You want to laugh now? You know I don't mean nothing by it, but Unseen made the funniest videos you have ever seen. Clips, because he don't have long videos. He has clips. He has clips. Let me go back. He has clips of little things that Judah has done. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. I don't agree with Judah and the stuff Judah do, because Judah just do too much, right? I stopped watching Judah because to me Judah was just doing too much. I started watching Judah because when I first heard him, I saw him on Sinetta and he was teaching, and then I don't know, it turned. So when it turned, I turned. But Judah just do too much, okay? And Judah is good TV, okay? If you want to laugh, Judah's good TV. Now sometimes he go too far, and I just can't listen to all that. But if you want to laugh, Judah's good TV. And Unseen Soldier, child, them little video clips is hilarious. They hilarious. But so check out Unseen Soldier when you get a chance. Now I'm gonna show y'all this, and then I'm gonna go. Like I said, y'all know I'm crashing. I think I'm gonna have to do these earlier because I don't really just my body be crashing by the end of the night. I'm stiff and my back is killing me. But I had to come do shout out to Queen's Throne. Shout out to Queen's Throne. So the other night, Queen comes on a little late for me because by the time she comes on, I am exhausted and in the bed sleep. So normally what I do is I turn her on and I wind up falling asleep. And I usually have to come back midstream and catch the rest or catch it the next day. So Queen Throne has put out the receipts on GRLA Hebrew. When I heard all this stuff with GRLA Hebrew, I was shocked. I mean, it kind of blew me away because I was thinking, oh my goodness, the people that call themselves leaders and the things that they are doing. Unseen Soldier. Yeah, Unseen Soldier is also a Hebrew Israelite. I don't know if he's part of a camp or not. I'm not sure. But he's also a Hebrew Israelite. I think he ran in the circle with Solomon, Israel Doctrine, Judah. I think he was kind of in that circle. I don't think he was part of what, baby? Did you eat yet? It's gone. Hey, do me a favor. Where you at? Dre, give me one of them ginger beers out of the refrigerator. Can you pop it open for me? Can you twist it? But so he's a part of that group. I don't think he's a part of a camp, but I don't thank you, baby. Don't quote me on it. Yeah, this is just ginger beer. It's not beer. But I drink it for my stomach. I love it. But yeah, he's a part of just that group. I don't think they're part of a camp, but I know it was the group with I think Solomon, Israel Doctrine, Judah, and all that group. And they fell out, I guess, because he didn't agree with some of the things that Judah done and was saying. And then some things, with Israel Doctrine, he's kind of different. So I think that that's when he started. So go over there and check him out. But his channel now is called MK the Mac. It used to be Unseen, but now he's changed the name to MK the Mac. But he's hilarious with some of the tidbits he do. So this is the juice right here. This the tea, child. This right here, threw me for a whirlwind. And y'all know I'm not really wanted to do this kind of stuff, but this tea right here, I was like, oh my goodness. So let me line it up for you guys. What has happened? So Guerrilla Hebrew is one of the, I guess, leaders of Sakari, which is a Hebrew Israelite group. And from what I hear, allegedly his first wife had reported some, I guess, ill behavior from him. And when she reported, no one really took her serious and believed her. They kind of shunned her. So this next wife, and I think now he has 3 or 4 wives. You know, they just pick up wives, honey. And that's a whole nother story. We need to do a whole thing on this so-called polygamy garbage that they got out here now, because it's garbage. And we'll go into why, because they're not really using polygamy the way it's supposed to be used in the biblical sense. Okay. So he's supposed to have 3 or 4 wives, whatever. And one of his wives, he decided to have her to go on allegedly Tinder, make an account to find a white boyfriend. Find a white boyfriend. Find a white boyfriend, not just for her, but for him too. You can't make this stuff up. Do you hear me? So I'm gonna play a couple of clips. This is from Queen Throne, shout out from Queen Throne. If you have not subscribed to Queen Throne, you gotta go over there. She does some great commentary. I follow her crime channel a lot. She does a lot on predators and ousting out those predators. So shout out to Queen Throne. But I'm just gonna show y'all a few clips from her. I hope she doesn't mind of what's going on.
About this per se, but having a specific fetish of black men being dominated by black women who submit to the white man. Her response, I see. Like the woman is degraded by the white guy, question mark. His response, yes, but happily as a slap in a nigga's face. Like, look what he can do that you aren't allowed to do. Response, I mean, though. He says, what, babe? You gonna order that starter kit, though? Oh, and lube, lots of lube. You didn't say anything about the numbing lube. I don't want to be numb. Why is Alazar Lawyer, aka the Guerrilla Hebrew, telling his wife that hey, I'm ordering lube? She says, hey, there's this thing called numbing lube. He says, I don't want to be numb. Okay, let's keep going. You gotta wear this shirt with the kit. Let's look at the image. I love.
Hey, Jean. Shout out to Jean. Thank you for joining. Dr. Linda, you're right. It's something always going on. Now, as you see, this is one of the brothers that was in Sakari group. Okay, he was in the Sakari group. From what I gather, I guess he was like an officer in the group. Excuse me, and he found out what was going on, and he's blown away. So what you're hearing him read is the actual text messages from Guerrilla Hebrew and his wife, and this is the things he wanted his wife to get into do. Okay, now remember, this is a so-called leader of the Hebrew Israelite Sakari group, which I hear is a very big group.
White boys. It will only go on the outside. Let me go back. It will only go on the outside. Regular lube on the dildo, though. His response, okay, you're the boss. Send another shirt.
So she's saying, you wanted lube. Do you want the numbing lube? He says, no, I don't want the numbing lube. Okay, this is all in the text message. And you're going to find out that these text messages are legit. He says so. We're going to get into that. And the shirt that you see, he wanted his wife to buy a shirt that says, I love my white boyfriend. He wanted her to wear this, I guess, when they're having sex. I don't know. But this, again, is the so-called leader of the Hebrew Israel like group, the Sakari group.
I love my white boyfriend. I'm getting you all of these. And you got to take a selfie with them on. Her response, I dare you. You dare me to what? Get those shirts. Oh baby, as soon as this sun is down, it's ordered. So this conversation, guys, was happening on the Sabbath. And the only thing preventing GRLA Hebrew, aka Alazar Banloya, aka Adonis God, the only thing preventing him from ordering these shirts is because he does not want to break the Sabbath. But he does not want numbing lube after talking about getting hit with something bigger than what his wife gets hit with. Response: we need that vibrator thing you can control with Wi-Fi. You need to stimulate me more. Response: I'm you going to go outside in them? Yes, my empress.
Wait a minute.
Response: sure, why not?
There is a vibrator that you can control with Wi-Fi. Get out of here. For real? See? Guys, I guess I am too far out of the loop. It is a vibrator you can control with Wi-Fi? Oh my God.
I better hope no one sees me. His response: I really want to see the response. Send link to the Wi-Fi vibrator. Her response: outrage. So I'll order all this, not if you are in a white area. I would do it anywhere near the city. I wouldn't do it anywhere near the city.
Oh
so let's keep going. We getting the kit, the lube, the vibrator, the shirts. We just missing one thing. You pick what we missing. You need a boyfriend.
Oh
and then there's a link to adamandeve.com. It says this one. Then he sent a screenshot. I don't know if it's now, either now or how. Now I see why Candace Owens doesn't deal with niggas. Okay. Her response is, I agree. I've said 3 things. Which do you agree? Response: what do you mean? I mean a statement sent a vibrator, then sent a pic. Which are you agreeing with? All the above or just one? LOL. If you want me to get a boyfriend, I will. What about the vibrator? I asked for it and told you to pick. I'm fine with it. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Tired of stimulating myself. At least you can do it from far away. And do you want me to go one or no? I do, baby. So get one or no. Get a boyfriend or not. I do, baby. So Alazar Banloya, aka the GRLA Hebrew, real name Adonis Glaude, is confirming that he wants his wife to get a boyfriend. Now he says, can I do it random? Response: no, I got it. Okay, so you're gonna have to pull it out and be using it. Then I can use the app. Wait, what we talking about? LOL. The boyfriend question mark? He says the vibrator. Or right? She says or vibrator. He says, LOL, you got the boyfriend covered too, baby? Question mark. If you want me to, yeah. You don't know my type, and no, I just leave it in. Then he responds, okay, I need to be very much included in the process though. Response: how? Like, I want to know everything. How you gonna get him? Response: by hook or by crook. LOL, babe. What that mean? I feel like you honestly have someone in mind. Response: no. What's a safe dating app? Okay, Cupid, it's the whitest one also. You can literally specify racial preferences. But I need that login. I will never respond, but I do want to see your activity. Then he sends a receipt for the purchase of a boundless silicone pegging kit for $44.99.
Okay, so let me tell y'all something. I didn't know what a pegging kit was until I listened to this live. I did not know what a pegging kit was. Now I know what a pegging kit is, and I'm like, he had his wife he purchased the pegging kit or sent the money for it. I don't know. This stuff is confused. It's crazy. But he wanted a pegging kit, and that's why he wanted the lube too. Remember, this is one of the leaders of the Hebrew Israelite group.
And a Lubbock's Dulce Bluetooth dual vibrator for $139, right? With a subtotal of $183.99, shipping cost of $26.99, rush processing for 99 cents, and shipping assurance for $2.25. What size should I get? What size shirt should I get? Small/medium. Respond.
Okay, so I'm gonna speed up a little bit in just a minute because I want to take you to a certain spot. I want to point out another thing too. Allegedly, GRLA Hebrew doesn't have a job. Okay, he is supported by the Hebrew Israelite community and YouTubers. So the money that you guys are sending him and giving him just purchased him a nice picking kit, lube, t-shirt for his wife that says "I love my white boyfriend," and the dating site. Just want to put that out there. Just want to put that out there. Doctor, I tell you, this YouTube is making me learn some stuff, child. I ain't never know what a pigging kit was to this. Hush, Pluto. Pluto. Don't start all that. I know Pluto got asthma. Pluto be making okay. So I want to fast forward it to another gentleman who was part of the Sakari group, and they're talking about the whole situation.
He doesn't just wish it's true for the fact that it's insane information that's being brought to light. But the brother doesn't wish it's true because he knows it's wrong. I think there's some part of him that knows that this is unacceptable behavior. I believe so. Now, could I be wrong? Could he think that this is just cool? I don't, maybe. And Alazar, if you're watching this, I know you know it's wrong, brother. This was not done with malicious intent. I never wanted to bring Alazar down. I still don't want to. For people that might ask, is this why you got kicked out of Sakari? Is this why Deacon left? Those are two completely unrelated situations. With all what's going on, I guess I'll make a video sometime in the near future explaining the situation behind, in detail, why I got kicked out of Sakari. But to make a long story short, Alazar and I got into a very heated argument, completely unrelated to this. Like I said, I had no information about this until Monday, when a Sakari member, not named Ariella, called me and told me about this. Ariella, would you mind pulling up that screenshot that I sent you? And as I'm thinking this week, what I'm going to say in the video and things like that, I understand that there could be people that wouldn't believe me. No, Asad, there's no way you didn't know about this.
Yeah,
you had to have known.
I ain't never heard.
Deacon had to have known. You guys surely had to know. Deacon didn't know about this until yesterday, and I didn't know about this until Monday.
And I can confirm that.
Yeah. So this is
listen. I came across this information. I believe, literally was like 3-4 days ago. My wife told me this information, and my wife has been being told about this for quite some time by one of the wives of Chief that we just went over the screen recordings of their text messages. And the sister is beyond conflicted. Now, what I don't want to happen is for people to blame the victims. And that's something that is so toxic in our culture and even in the overall American culture.
Okay, right? So they're talking about his wife actually knew about what was going on. And I guess the wives in that community were talking about it. And one of the reasons probably the wife didn't come out earlier is because he was a leader in that group, and it was allegedly said that his first wife had tried to come out and tell them about his abuse or his behavior, and no one believed her. And I think they got a divorce or whatever, but she was shunned in the community. And a lot of times this will happen with victims. People will not believe a victim when they say something, and the victim is already hurt and traumatized. And when they go to somebody who they feel like could help support them or to help help them to get safe, and that person don't believe them, that's devastating to them. It's devastating. So remember that you can re-victimize a person by just not believing them in whatever they're going through. So just be mindful of that.
We have this just sick fixation with blaming victims for the things that they are subjected to. Guys, Alazar is 6'5", 250 pounds at best.
Wow.
You guys saw the screen recordings. He has an intimidating, resting, I guess, nigga face, or I guess we could say resting bitch face. Let's be real. Can you imagine the trauma that these sisters have gone through? Now, this is a screenshot that the brother Hassad sent me, right? And this is one of Alazar's wives.
Yeah. So earlier, I'm asking her about, I think I say right here, is it okay if I call you with one of Alazar's wives on the phone? I want to go over a few things. This ish is crazy. Like I'm at a lot, even now. Like before I got on here, I'm thinking, okay, you're gonna say this, you're gonna say that. It's still mind-boggling to me. It will never not be mind-boggling to me. I'm still in like the twilight zone. This still hurts me. For brothers that are in Sakari that are watching, you guys, for the most part, you guys know me. Do you really think that I enjoy doing this right now? Do you think Ariella likes doing this? Do you think this is fun for us? For people that are,
I want to say this, Queen Throne put a post up earlier that she has some more information on some stuff that that he has allegedly done. So I'm sure that she'll be doing another video on that. So just be on the lookout for that, because like I said, Queen can get them receipts, baby. She can get them.
is like,
I hate this shit, bro.
I hate it, bro. Like it's 4 a.m. and I'm wide awake because I can't sleep, bro. Literally. And I know brothers in other camps and people out that don't like Sakari, that don't like myself, that don't like Hebrew Israelites, people outside the community, they're gonna laugh and have a field day. But remember, like Ariella said.
And let me say this too, while we're at it. When leaders or a person in leadership, especially in a religious setting, do something, they don't just hurt themselves or I guess the immediate people who are in the situation who are in the mess with them. They hurt a lot of people because you are a leader. When it's kind of like a pastor in church. If that pastor cheats on his wife, it doesn't just affect the pastor and the wife, it affects the whole congregation. Okay? Because now you have tested people's belief, you have broken some hearts, you have started, now you got to come back who's believable, who's not. So a lot of times you'll have the congregation, people going against each other, one taking one side, one taking the other. So when you are a leader and you do something like this, you don't just affect the intimate people in that circle. You affect a mass of people with what you've done. And so what he has done now, and these young brothers is sitting here trying to say, he has affected them and they are hurt by this. They are devastated and they are hurt. Girl, this thing, I'm telling you, to blow you away. Doctor, you don't know whether to laugh or cry. It's unbelievable.
There are victims here. You cannot like me, you cannot like Ariella, you cannot like whoever. But like I said, I didn't know about any of the situation. That's why, look right here. I say, if you don't feel comfortable going on tomorrow, because we had discussed about potentially them going on here to give their testimony, but they didn't want to, and that's perfectly fine, right?
It's real quick, Hassan. The reason why they didn't want to is because they are deeply afraid for their lives.
Because, we had discussed about potentially them going on here to give their testimony, but they didn't want to, and that's perfectly fine, right? It's real quick, because the reason why they didn't want to is because they are deeply afraid for their lives.
Because, we had discussed about potentially them going on here to give their testimony, but they didn't want to, and that's perfectly fine, right?
It's real quick, Hassan. The reason why they didn't want to is because they are deeply afraid for their lives.
They are deeply afraid for their lives because, again, guys, look at Alazar. 6'5", 250 pounds at best, with resting bitch face, as he admitted. He's intimidating. Put yourself in these sisters. Would you feel intimidated? Would you be fearful? Listen, me and Hassan have been coaching and speaking to these sisters after being presented hardcore evidence.
Yeah.
Because they're deathly afraid of this nigga.
Yeah, and if I may, real quick, that's what they were getting mad at me because I wanted evidence. A lot of you guys don't know, or you guys have seen the dynamic of Alazar and I's relationship over the years. Like, again, I love Alazar, bro. That's like, that's a person who's a part of my life story. You know what I mean? That's the truth. A brother who I consider like.
Again, you can see that these brothers, they're hurt. These brothers, they're. You ever been angry and hurt at the same time? If you've ever experienced that, you can know what these brothers are going through. You fire mad at the situation, but it's also you're hurt by the situation. And so it kind of causes you to be in a state of confusion about how to feel about it, even how to react to it. So I feel that that's what these brothers are going through right now.
One of my closest people on the planet at the time, with even me being upset with him concerning how I got kicked out. And again, specifically for brothers that are in Sakari, you know this to be true. I'm not gonna lie. Even if Alazar made me irate, even if I wanted to fight Alazar the next time I saw him, right? I'm not ever going to run with a false narrative that these things are going on. So when I came across this information was brought to me from a member in Sakari, I'm like, yeah, right. There's no way. I'm very mad at Alazar right now, but there's no way I'm gonna run with this. And then when I'm presented hardcore evidence, what am I supposed to do? So anyway, if you see the text, it says, can you just confirm I had no knowledge of any of this? You see am I allowed to say that word on here? C holds?
Yeah.
The word that rhymes with duck, and it's replaced the duck with a C. Duck holds or strap on stuff. And she confirmed you absolutely had no idea of anything that was going on with me and Adonis. The duck hold / strap stuff you had no knowledge of. The moment I became aware of this information, I did what I could to help the people involved. Like, this is not good. This is.
So the wife has now texted him and said, look, you didn't have no idea the stuff that we go through with this man, but he was having us to strap on for him. Oh my God, the things some women go through.
I wish, again, there's a part of me right now, not a part of me, all of me wishes this is not true. All of me wishes that tomorrow, whenever Alizar decides to respond to this, he goes and says, this is AI. Look, you guys, this is fake. Look at this idiot Hassad and Ariala. They fell for it.
And I'm with him on that. I wish it wasn't true either, because there's victims in this whole story. You know, we're looking at it, but the reality is there's victims. And this right here is a picture of his wife, one of the wives. I'm not sure which one she is in the pecking order, but she's beautiful. She's beautiful. And this man wants his wife to go out and get a white man and a pecking kit, and he's doing strap-ons and all. What in the world is going on? Is it something in the water? Oh my goodness.
And just for the record, like this is the sister. This is one of the wives of Alizar Monloya, aka the girl in Hebrew. We are recording this right now. For me, it's 3:43 a.m. on Sunday, March 2nd. I want to show you guys a couple of screenshots that just happened. Right, so of course, every camp has different group chats and whatnot. I want to show you the paranoid nature. I want you guys to judge whether or not this is the behavior of an innocent man or the behavior of a man that is guilty. You guys be the judge. So this is from our chat, the Sakari Shatarium. So what I want you guys to see, myself, Thayer, an officer of Sakari, a brother named Yaramya, an officer of Sakari, and this is Hayaman, another officer of Sakari. We have all been removed from the officers chat. And again, this is coming directly from Chief.
You don't have, Ariala has no motivation in this. Zero, none whatsoever.
Here's my motivation. My motivation is the truth. My motivation is to protect my sisters.
Yeah.
Right? To let the truth reign loud. This is the deepest levels of iniquity of transgressions I have ever seen. My motivation is the truth. So let's read this. Chief, you see his name? Adonis, everyone, hold tight. Niggas doing backdoor shit. I don't know who all involved. If you not a bitch ass backdoor snake like BTBKS message. Not sure what that means, right? Let's go to the next screenshot. It says, so things been brought to my attention. I got a mad renegade wife who running her mouth, and so-called men in this camp heard her out, and instead of confronting me or rebuking me if they felt it was wrong or getting the elders involved, which is what should have happened, they collaborated with Genesis and are planning and making a video about me tomorrow at everyone. As we can see,
that's him. He mad now. The truth thing got out.
Admittedly, with hardcore proof, he is falling. We are concerned with the safety of these sisters, right? We are concerned with how depraved and deplorable and just downright sinful all of this stuff is. Let's keep reading, right? Last I checked, if a nigga you went off, if a nigga you know went off at him, don't make a video, right? Let's keep going. But hey, hoes will be hoes. Mind you, I just wrote this same rib in apologies/repentance letter and read it to her last week at everyone. Nothing anyone can say.
Okay, so here we are. He's so-called texting, I guess, in the back chat of the Hebrew Israelite camp and explaining himself, trying to explain himself. One, he done called her a hoe. This is your so-called wife that you have called a hoe. Okay, number one. Two, you blaming her for telling people about what is happening to her. But you're doing it. Three, you say you wrote a letter of repentance. Let's talk about repentance comes from the heart. Okay, that's first of all. And if you really repented, you wouldn't be trying to backdoor and say it's her fault or what she shouldn't have done. You would have just totally repented and said, I'm guilty and please forgive me. Okay, because repentance comes from the heart, not from the lips. Just want to throw that out there.
Say has anything to do with anything. I have recently at all most this shit from years.
Niggas coming up with old shit now trying to see if they can try to get you.
Nothing anyone can say has anything to do with anything. I have recently at all most this shit from years. Niggas coming up with old shit now trying to see if they can try to get you.
Nothing anyone can say has anything to do with anything.
I'm trying to get to this point where they talk about a trip they went on with GRLA Hebrew, and then I'm gonna jump from that and take you so you can hear a little bit of GRLA Hebrew. And then the rest, you guys, I have to go and watch Queen Thrones live to get the whole entire piece. But I just really want to get this out here and to talk to you guys about, guys, look, we have to be mindful about who we call ourselves following and supporting on this YouTube or this internet. People can be whoever they want to be. They can disguise themselves to be whoever they want to on this internet. What you have to do, you have to find out about that person in real life, their character, their family. Watch their behavior. And some of his behavior, the brothers knew about. They didn't say anything, but they knew. And that's what I'm trying to get to that point. I'm trying to find it. For these two brothers are talking about an incident. So it's just like with the whole Eddie Long story. You have to excuse me. I'm drinking this ginger beer. It helps my stomach, but it makes me burp. But with the whole Eddie Long story, you think people didn't know about Eddie Long and those young boys? It was a word on the street, in the can I say the preacher's lounge in the barbershop, what Eddie Long was doing. A lot of people knew. Allegedly, Eddie Long's wife lived in a whole nother house than Eddie Long did, but people didn't want to say nothing. People didn't say anything, and the only thing that happened when the boys came out and had to speak out. Okay, but people knew. People knew. They just didn't say anything. So just like this, some people knew that some things weren't right with him. They just hadn't said anything.
Recently at all, most.
Was there anytime we're at an event or a feast day, Ariella, who's the person that's running around chasing Alazar's kids, making sure they ain't doing nothing bad?
This is it coming up.
Me. Everybody knows that.
Guys, this is literally Uncle Hassad to his children.
Literally. And everybody in Sakari knows that.
How these sisters have had to deal with this. It's just it hurts my heart.
How many sisters had to deal with this?
It truly hurts my heart that our sisters have had to go through this with this man. Alazar, if you even think about coming after these sisters, harming them, throwing any threats at them, the Most High God is going to deal with you in a grievous way. I received a screenshot from one of the sisters. Okay, the sister calls and is freaking out because this man just sent her this random emoji, a Joker emoji. Everyone knows that Alazar is a former gang member and talks about it and likes to go into gang culture. We all know this, right? I don't know how that gang stuff works on the West Coast.
His wife,
the brother sends this to her, right? She's freaking out. And so I looked up, well, what the heck does a Joker card mean for a gang? Check this out, family. Meaning of Joker card, gangs. In gang culture, a Joker card signifies a member who is considered unpredictable, often acting outside the established rules or hierarchy, essentially a wild card, who can be used for particularly dangerous or risky missions due to their disregard for potential consequences. Similar to how a Joker card functions in a deck of playing cards, where it can represent any value depending on the situation. So this is a threat to this sister. So now we have intimidation of a witness with this individual. Guys, I'm just gonna be frank. Alazar Bun Lawyer, aka GRLA Hebrew, you are the biggest piece of shit known to man. You are a monster. And my brothers in Sakari, I love y'all. Y'all niggas know I love y'all. Run. Get away. Run. I cannot fathom the idea of any of you guys, after truly analyzing this evidence and justifying and standing with this nigga. I refuse to believe that there's any brother in Sakari that will stay with Alazar after seeing all of this evidence, this irrefutable evidence. As of today, I am no longer a member of Sakari. To all the brothers and sisters who paid for flights and Airbnbs or hotels and car rentals and paid their Passover fees to attend the Passover on March 12th, you are putting yourself in alignment with the wicked. As soon as this information was presented to me, I canceled my Airbnb, canceled my flight, canceled my rental, and guess what? All that money chalked down the drain. But guys, you just witnessed with your own eyes the level, the depths of the depravity that is in the psyche and the subconscious of Alazar Bun Lawyer, aka GRLA Hebrew, Adonis Flawed. So again, Alazar, do the right thing. Leave these women alone. Leave them alone. Because I'll tell you what, over my dead body, will I allow you to harm one of these sisters? Over my dead body. This had to be done. This had to be presented. Like, I didn't go searching for this. I am beyond disappointed. But the truth is the truth. And the truth has to be broadcast. Family, please pray for these sisters, man. Please pray for these sisters.
Look at me running my motherfucking mouth.
Okay, before we get there, let me go back because I was trying to find. I don't know where. I don't know where the brothers were taught. Anyways. I'm not even gonna go through all that. I was gonna try to find the part where the brothers talk about. Child, they do it all the time, doctor. People see things wrong. It's just like people, even in homes that see children being abused and won't open their mouth, won't protect the children. People in the family know kids have been abused and won't open their mouth to protect the children. I don't know. I don't get it. You see something wrong, you need to say something. Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah, somebody get mad, then then when they get mad, I'm gonna tell your secret. You remember? I don't know if you remember when Sinetta had got mad at Polite, and he was going off. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. I know about was it Varente or whatever her name was with Brother Polite, and that was when Brother Polite was going through the court case with the one of his so-called wives or girlfriends, daughters that he had violated. So, and Sinetta hadn't said nothing, but then he got mad at Polite. When he got mad at Polite, he was going to tell the real deal about what happened. So yeah, people will do that. People will wait till they get upset, get mad, and then they'll come out and tell you the truth. But please, y'all, take time, go back and view this whole video that Queen Throne done, because part of it, the two guys were talking about an incident. It was a very gross incident that they ran across that allegedly was GRLA Hebrew's mess from one of the conventions they went to, and they had went to an Airbnb and saw some mess. So yeah, go back and look at this whole thing, and it's a mess, guys. I mean, this right here is a mess. Yes, I was tripping. So I always tripping though. So I'm not gonna play the whole thing. Let me try to skip through some. Hear him whining.
It's a total attestation to the lack of spiritual integrity that individuals have when they tailbear. They're not faithful people when they tailbear, especially when they have more than enough opportunity to confront the individual who they believe is at fault. Everybody
so now he mad and talking about, people telling on him. They're not loyal. Really?
Opportunity to talk to me and didn't. There's obvious hypocrisy that's taking place here. We have Ariala making a video about me and alleging sexual misconduct on my part when Ariala backdoored and stole one of his closest friends in the truth's wife and committed a
now he gonna tell on another brother. See, this is how they do, trying to deflect what he done did and what done happened. So now he's gonna tell on another brother to deflect what the heck he done did. This is just
adultery with her. That's not speculation. I literally presided over the council where it was determined. That's not speculation.
Okay. And now you really messed up because you decide you done canceled, and now you're telling. You as a counselor has violated. Hey, you have totally violated any kind of, when you want to talk about loyalty, you done cancel people. Now you done got mad. So now you gonna tell this man's business. There they go, doctor. Here you go.
Screenshots of text messages that are confidential correspondence between a man and wife. That is a absolute fact that Ariala backdoor slimed one of his closest niggas in the truth and committed adultery with his wife. That's a fact, right? So that's an actual emphatic physical action of sexual sin and fornication, and you're pointing the finger over here. That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. The young lady in question, because guys got screenshots.
The fact that you want your wife to go out and get a white man, to backdoor. That's what's interesting. Not the fact that a man had committed adultery with another woman. he wasn't asking his wife to get online and get a white man. That's very interesting. Thank you very much.
Okay, that's cool. I know this shit looks crazy. I understand it. And it looks crazy. I know that it is crazy.
Yes, it is.
I know that it is crazy. I understand it's crazy. It's something that I'm certainly ashamed of, regrettable, but it's not what you think it is.
Okay,
right?
What is it?
So I was sent the initial video of Ariella first thing in the morning by Ariella himself, right? So I was sent the video initially, and it was called "GRLA Hebrew is a cuck that likes to get pegged." Both of those things are goddamn lies. I've never been cucked. I don't like to get pegged. That's not real. Those are emphatically not true. So your emphatic proof, allegedly through text message of conversation, is not emphatic proof that any actual thing has ever occurred. Never. And I've never been cucked, and I don't like to be pegged. That's not real. But I find it interesting that not only Ariella, but then we have Hassad, who would sit up there and do that video knowing that his leader likes to get his ass played with. That's just like, why are stones being thrown from people with glass houses? And ask me how I know. He was my best friend for 13 years. We could also get his other best friend, Sergeant Yatai, who knows he was 10 years old. That's what he's into. So that's what he likes. That's not what I like. And there's not a woman, anybody in the whole world who can give a testimony to say that's what I like. That's not true of him, though. Not at all. Right? So all of these stones are being thrown at me for screenshots of text messages.
Stop the camera. Stop. So now you telling on everybody. So now there's another leader in the Hebrew Israelite camp that's also, I guess, getting pegged, or whatever you want to call it. Y'all doing too much, okay? Y'all are doing too much. Listen, guys, let me just put this out here. If you are going to be a leader, then be a leader, okay? But if you know you in some messed up, effed up stuff, then just do you, okay? Don't drag a whole bunch of people in your mess. If that's who you are and that's what you enjoy doing, you're a grown person, do you. But don't drag people into your mess because you are a so-called leader. Stop it, okay? Stop the cap. Y'all need to stop this madness. And for the fact that now you're on here telling on other leaders in the Hebrew Israelite community, come on. Now, we already know Mighty Hebrew done left the whole darn country and went to Africa because of the things that he allegedly done. Okay, predator. All right. We also know Tazariak supports a guy who allegedly done something to a child and is in prison today. Y'all need to stop it. Stop. Just stop. It's ridiculous.
When we got niggas who are actually doing the thing, actually committing sexual offenses and getting their rear ends played with. That's the reality of the situation. Now, again, this doesn't vindicate me in any situation, but here's what I can tell you. I didn't commit any adultery. I didn't commit any rainbow. I didn't commit any pedophilia. That ain't happened. Can everybody say that? Not saying that they're guilty of all the things, but definitely we got an adulterer kicking it with the rainbow, and we got another guy getting his rear end played with. The nerve of niggas to think that they could go on the TV and do this and say, the nerve. All right. Moving on. Leviticus 19, starting at verse 16. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people. Such an important verse in the Bible, because this is what...
I ain't trying to laugh. I'm not trying to laugh. You gonna tell me now you gonna read some scripture? Negro, please. Okay, as my mom would say, Negro, please. You gonna attempt to read some scripture? Y'all need to stop. And I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all keep playing with God. I'm gonna tell you something about me. I play with a lot of things, but God is not one of them, okay? Whether you believe or not, I wouldn't want to find out, okay, the wrong way and get struck by lightning because you playing with God. Y'all need to stop because you got to answer for what you do. And like I always tell people, what goes around comes around. Y'all need to quit playing with God like this. If you're going to be a righteous leader and a righteous man or a righteous woman, then be that to the best of your ability. But if you know you got some flaws that you need to work on and some things that you really need to work on, then you need to step back and work on those things before you bring yourself to the people, because you're bringing yourself to the people presenting that you're righteous, that you're following the law. At least you're trying to, because nobody can follow the law to the letter. Not while you're in this flesh, but that's a whole nother story. But that you're trying to follow the law. Okay, but you can't be telling people I'm trying to follow law and I'm doing right, and then in the background, I'm getting pegged by my wife or whoever. Come on, y'all need to stop. Just stop it. Just stop it. So let me go on. I'm gonna move on because I can't hear him try to read no daggone scripture.
vanilla sex refers to traditional heterosexual sexual activities without any unusual or adventurous elements. So what am I telling her? I just want to go vanilla and love her. This is what she responds to me. So I'm being called a predator. This is the response I get to wanting to have regular sex with her. Just for the record. She said, I love you either way. I just don't like you all the time. What was the solution you had mentioned earlier? Because I mentioned a solution to our problems. I said, I feel the same way. I just really want to work on us. She said, how is this realistic? I said, I think it is. She said, what's the plan? I said, I need to cater to you better emotionally. This is what she says. This is how she says I can cater to her better emotionally. Letting me dominate you will help. There's text messages that are being used to make me look like a predator when I'm literally in this thread, in this particular instance, a man attempting to fix and save my marriage. And she's telling me that's going to help cater to her emotionally. So just so you guys understand the context of where some of this stuff is coming from, she's asking me to participate in this, though I'm telling her I don't want to. I want to have normal sex life, but I do want to cater to her emotionally. And this is what she's asking me to do in order to help her be catered to emotionally.
No, you're not.
And this is why it's very unfair for the inner working.
I can't explain it. I never.
It was always a shameful thing to me though, and I always was confused. Like, why am I like that? Why was that doing that for me? You know. And then through getting with her, and she got a hell of a mouth on her, and you know, frankly, she looks down on us. And when I say us, she looks down on black men.
She looks down on us. And when I say us, she looks down on black men.
She looks down on us. And when I say us, she looks down on black men.
Myself and black men in general. It's just the truth. And that kind of was just playing into the whole thing.
So, y'all, I'm getting tired. I can't do too much more of this because I'm too tired. My body's aching. I can't listen to this foolishness he talk. So you're going to try to blame your wife all the way through this, but you done said you done repented. See what I'm talking about? Repentance come from the heart, baby. And obviously it ain't in your heart because you're trying to blame your wife for everything. First, you trying to fix the marriage. And you, first of all, being a counselor, as a leader, should be part of counseling people. You know that if you're having problems in your marriage, back and forth texting is not a way to communicate. You communicate in person with each other, one-on-one, discussing your issues and problems, not through a text. Then you're trying to blame her for your misconduct. Now, y'all need to go back and look at the whole thing Queen Throne put out because, like I said, he had some conduct, some things that happened in an Airbnb that the brothers witnessed, okay, to help kind of put this stuff together as well. Let's finish listening to this.
But again, through therapy, and again, I've been in therapy. I've been turned from anything that's being talked about. I've been months ago, been repented from, which is also why this whole thing is bullshit because nobody asked me if I had already repented. Nobody asked me, like I didn't get caught in the act just now. This is old shit that's being brought up. I've already turned from. So again, when I just, okay, boom, I'm in therapy. Okay, where you think it came from? And, I came to the conclusion and then I learned about something called escalation, sexual escalation. So through consumption of pornographic imagery, you go through a process sometimes called sexual escalation. So what happens is your sexual appetite escalates because you get desensitized to regular sex. You see what I'm saying? So all of that played a factor. And we know in the flesh dwelleth no good thing. So if there's any bad thing in your flesh, that's something Satan is liable to attack and you're liable to fall victim. So I can admit I fell victim. But as the scriptures say, a righteous man falleth 7 times, but he get up.
Okay, here we go again. We want to blame the devil for every misconduct we do. How about it's just you? How about you are a grown man who is not able to handle your flesh? You're not able to handle the lower part of your body. Okay. It's leading you versus the top part of your body leading you. And you're unable, okay, as a grown man, okay, to handle those urges or decipher or even try to figure out where they are coming from. So now you want to say that it's this thing called sexual escalation, and that's what you're caught up in, and Satan knew it, and so he threw this stuff in front of you. Come on. The fact of the matter is you have a problem. We don't know where the problem come from. I don't know if something has happened to you in life. I don't know if it has come from you watching stuff too much, maybe porn or something that has affected you. But the reality is you have allowed yourself to get caught up in a mess. And instead of you truly working on whatever the problem is, you're fed into the problem for years, I'm sure, and haven't got the proper help. You just said the last couple of months. If you have a problem like this is years of therapy you're going to have to go through, buddy. Not just a few months and get over it. This is going to be years of therapy, okay, that you're going to have, because there's something deep-seated in you. It's not just, it didn't just pop up one day. This is something deep-seated in you that has happened that has brought this to the surface. And just now people are really knowing about it, or it just got leaked out, okay? Your closet just got open, basically, and the bones fell out. But you need to stop the cap in trying to blame everybody but yourself. Take responsibility for what you've done as a grown man.
And I don't believe a righteous man is defined by his falls. I believe he's defined by the times he stands up, you know. So, you know, I understood that, and she knows that, and I've been talking to her about it and understanding the error and doing the exercises to totally rid myself of the whole concept. And, you know, I wrote her a letter. And I read it, acknowledging, so just to re-emphasize my repentance and how apologetic I was about any aspect of any of it. I already did that. And she cried and told me how beautiful it was and still did this shit. So again, I've been repenting. I've been turned from it. I've been acknowledged this. I've been apologized to her multiple times, but wrote her a whole letter about it. She, again, accepted.
So he's not denying the fact that and you can go back and look at the whole thing, that the text messages were fake. He's not saying they were fake. He's saying that he's upset, or he can't believe that she actually let it out after he apologized to her. Whatever. Okay, whatever. You still have not taken responsibility for the BS that you have done and are doing. So then Captain Tazariak came in and kind of said something on the story. So let's see what he has to say.
Does something, when everybody does something, go to them same people and tell them, don't get mad at Diddy, we all fall short. Don't get mad at R. Kelly, we all fall short. Don't get mad at Eddie Long, we all fall short. You Israelites are full of garbage. You Israelites are trash. Because when it's a pastor, don't give me that whole we fall. And here's how you know it's not a we fall. Alazar is was a brother. I don't look at him in the same regard after today. I do not. And the reason why is because I'm extremely disappointed. Extremely disappointed in him. What Alazar brought out today, right? This is what Alazar brought out today. So Alazar responds today, and when he responds, you know, we all waiting for the response. Now, when I was on Clubhouse today, there was a brother by the name of Dre that said that when Alazar spoke tonight, he was going to get his Nino Brown on. If you want to know what get Nino Brown on means, when Nino Brown got caught, he said, this bigger than Nino Brown. I'm going to take down everybody. And that's kind of what GRLA Hebrew did. GRLA Hebrew felt that, okay, this brother in particular want to talk about me. And what he said was that he had just spoke to Ariala. He said, and I'm going to let y'all hear what he said. He said that he spoke to Ariala up until yesterday. GRLA Hebrew said, if I'm going out, I'm going to go out with a bang, is what he said. So now, last year, when this was not known, because Deacon and Hakkad didn't leave over this, I found out what they left over. They left over something else. And so at that time, I said they should work out to be brothers. You can't teach brotherhood and then create another Israelite groups. That was the position back then. If I would have known this back then, I wouldn't have said that. But even they didn't know. Hassad didn't know until Monday, and Deacon knew yesterday. All right? So now, Hassad, that's what I said. Hassad was removed. Hassad didn't leave. Hassad was removed. So now, as GRLA is bringing it out, what we're about to find out is that whole Sakari got to go. It's not enough that GRLA stepped down, which he did, which that's the only thing that he did in the video that I respected. And I respect it if it stays that way, because repenting is not, I'm sorry, Lord, and then I'm going to go do the same thing. Right. Repenting is true repentance. Where's the sackcloth? Where's all of that? So he said he's going to step down. If he says true to his word and step down, then I'll be impressed. But I need to see it to believe it. Like, his word doesn't mean anything to me, because when you call yourself a leader in the position that he is, you're held to a way higher standard. Alazar, who's the head of Sakari, is sick. Does that trickle down to the rest? Let's see. I'm going to play what GRLA said. And GRLA shows text message receipts. So let's see if it's just the head is sick, or if somebody else is sick too. There's obvious hypocrisy taking place. Now, the first thing he says is there's obvious hypocrisy taking place.
We have Ariala making a video about me and alleging sexual misconduct on my part, when Ariala backdoored and stole one of his closest friends in the truth's wife and committed adultery with her.
I'm going to play it again.
Like we said, Doctor, when people get mad, there they go. They start telling. They start talking. They start telling on everybody else. You knew the whole time this BS was going on, but you don't not gonna say nothing until, as my granny would say, your feet is put to the fire. Now you want to talk. Now he want to blast on everybody.
Was stupid ass did some live about me. So earlier, if y'all remember my live stream I did earlier, I told y'all that I text messaged GRLA Hebrew asking him if he knew about the video and that he had to make a response, of which he said he would. Ariala, I don't know if he tried to make it seem to y'all like he got some inside information. I shared that video on Telegram, and the reason why I did it that way was so that everybody knew that I contacted GRLA before I did the live stream. Ariala dumbass think that I did that to like warn him or help him or some shit like that. I don't know what he's thinking. But Alizar just said, look, I'm gonna bring it back.
So there's obvious hypocrisy that's taking place here. We have Ariala making a video about me, and alleging sexual misconduct on my part when Ariala backdoored and stole one of his closest friends in the truth's wife and committed adultery with her.
It said, now did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? And the reason why y'all need to pay close attention to this is because this is the end of Sakari. The end. And this ain't about women. Don't let them, because in GRLA's video, he talk about dominatrix and all that nonsense or whatever. A woman can want to be a dominatrix all she wants. You ain't supposed to yield to that. And not yield to the point where you order a damn peg, to where you order the peg device, which is a dildo. A peg is essentially a dildo, but you don't use the device. You can't. This ain't about blaming women. It's not. And if you're letting a woman turn you out into some freaky shit like that, then you definitely don't need to be a leader. If it gets you to the point where you will sell your woman to a white man. But it looks like from what we see right here, the same way, and this is how it works. Like the same way that Ariala made that video, and I presented the evidence to the people, is the same way GRLA it made a video presenting evidence. And it's you notice the common denominator is that it's all Sakari. Now Dre just put his brother Dre from Clubhouse. He just put in the back chat that it looked like Alizar took his L and fell back. We gonna see, because like I remember when they had the Passover scandal, and I think Alizar said he was gonna take a break. Then he didn't really take a break. So if he takes the break and steps back, I respect it, but I gotta believe it to see it. If what's true about Ariala, then what is he gonna do? Again, it gotta be true. I'm not saying whether it's true.
So guys, this whole Hebrew Israelite stuff is a mess. And the sad thing is that what people don't realize is that when you have people who are hurting, who are seeking to belong, who are seeking to heal, who are seeking for some comfort and some love, and they reach out to people like this who call themselves leaders, who call themselves righteous, and they're already hurt and in pain, and you bring them in, and then all this mess happened. Now you've hurt them again. You victimize them again. And that's why it's so important that if you are going to be a leader of so-called righteousness, that you try to be the best person you can be. And if you have flaws to that point, to these magnitudes, we all got little issues we deal with. But if you have stuff like this that you know is an outright violation, you need to step down and step back and get yourself together. Okay. And as I've always been taught, even in management, when you're managing or running a company, the head, okay, if the head is not well, neither is the body. If things are going wrong at the head, so is the rest of the company. Any manager that I had up under me, I would tell them, when I look at your team, and if you're complaining about the team, I know something wrong with your management skills, because you're not doing something right, or you're not putting people in the right place where they need to be, or you just may not know what you're doing. But I look at the head first when I'm looking at a team. So yeah, if he's got these sick issues and things going on with him, how is he going to tell somebody, no, you can't commit adultery, you can't do this type of sexual act, it's against, the law or nature of God, when he's doing it? Okay, how's he going to do that? So I'm sure a lot of things have went untouched, unspoken in that camp. So I'm sure. I'm quite sure. But guys, I want you guys to go back. This is on Queen Throne's channel. She's got one with her commentary, which is always hilarious. And then she put one up without the commentary. Go and watch the full thing. And she also put on her board that she had some more evidence and some more things that have come out And I'm sure she's going to do a video on that. So when you go over to her, if you subscribe, hit the notification so you'll know. But it's a lot to this. And I'm just going to keep looking in to see what comes of all this. But one thing that I have noticed on this YouTube, not in real life, but a lot on this YouTube, these YouTube streets with the brothers that are so-called Hebrew Israelite or Israelite or Hebrew, however they want to name themselves. A lot of times the problem with religion is that people's interpretations of God and what he expects of us is different. I know I told Neo today there are two things that God wants from us, really, that he requires from us. One is to love him with all our heart and to become the best us that we can be. The Bible, the Torah, the Quran, the writings of Confucius, all of these type of things are writings to try to help man to become a better version of themselves, to do the right thing, to be right. Because if we follow the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. If we just follow that rule, there wouldn't be hunger in the world. There wouldn't be pedophiles running all around. There's so much that just wouldn't be. And I know a lot of times we say, well, it's a mighty God. He's so great. Why don't he just stop it? Why don't he just stop it? Why is he allowing all of this pain and suffering to go on? My answer to that, to the best of my ability, would be, number one, we don't know God's purpose and why he created us. We don't know why God is doing what he do. We don't know why for eons of years that people have suffered and go through things. But what I do know is this: the human being is hard-headed. We are hard-headed and we don't listen. A lot of us, I was telling one of my daughters just today, I said, you are the type of person that have to hit your head to hear somebody. You have to literally run into the wall, bump your head to not do something. Now, my other kids, I can give them a whack and say, hey, don't do that. If you do this, this is going to happen. And they'd be like, all right, Mom. But this one, she going to hit her head. We as a people, let's just remove God for a minute. Let's remove God. And let's just talk about us as a people. We don't do right. We don't do the right thing. And it doesn't matter how much we are warned, how much we are told not to do things, we do them. And then when our whole world is messed up, we say, oh, God, why did God do this? Or the devil did it. Not looking at the fact that you just made some bad decisions. And when it comes to suffering of our children, I used to be social service director of one of the largest housing projects in Atlanta. So I saw a lot of abuse. And it's sad to say, and the Bible says that the sins of the fathers will fall on our children. But you have to understand that, and it's sad to say, too many of us are not ready and not prepared to have children, should not have children. And because of the sin and the disobedience and the depravity that we are in, when we have these children, our children suffer. Our children suffer because of where we are. Now, if we weren't in that sin or in that depravity, our children wouldn't suffer the way that a lot of them have. Okay? So there's a lot of reasons why the world is in the condition it is, and we are in the condition that we are in. Now, why God just haven't said, you know what, I got enough and just destroyed us all, I don't know. His time is coming, or our time is coming, because the way things are, we're destroying ourselves. We're destroying ourselves with the food. The food is poisonous. The water is poisonous. The air is poisonous. Okay. These internets and YouTube and Reddit and all these other sites the kids are on, it's poisoning their minds. They can't think for themselves. They have no imagination. It's depravity all on this internet. My grandson, I don't let him have electronics because of depravity and things that he see. And as a 13-year-old boy, if he can get hold of it, he gonna look at it, you know. And it's sad, but we're being poisoned in all kind of ways. And it's sad. I can't speak for God because I'm not God. I don't know why he allowed things to happen, but I do know he has a purpose and a plan. I do know he has a purpose and a plan for us. And my thing is, whether you believe or not, if you just change and be the best you can be, love yourself, love your family, do the right thing about people, you will see your circumstance change. When you see wrong, like I said, I don't care who it is. I don't care how high up they are. Wrong is wrong, guys. Wrong is wrong. And you know, someone asked me one time, well, how do you know it's wrong, or how do you know if it's sin? If it's against your nature, it's wrong. If everything in you tell you, I shouldn't do that, it's wrong. Just because it's not written down in the 10 Commandments or the 147 confessions or 142 confessions of my God, doesn't mean that it's not wrong to do. This garbage that's out here now is wrong. Let me tell you something. I know we have the whole argument over whether a man should love a man, a woman should love a woman, and we get all this argument. And I was born this way, and I don't want to be this way. I don't get into the whole rainbow argument because people are gonna do what they want, and I can't tell you how to feel. I can't tell you about your truth, but what I can tell you is that the body, the human body, was not created, or the let me say, your anal part was not created for penetration. It is unhealthy. It causes a lot of damage. Whether it's a man or a woman, anyway, back there, it was not created for that. Okay, it just wasn't. And they have a lot of problems when you have done that a lot. Your muscles, those muscles were not made to contract back and forth like a woman. Okay. So I'm trying to be kind of nice in what I say because I don't know who's all listening. But that back area was not made for that. And so when you do it so much, a lot of them have to get their back end sewed. The muscles won't come back. So their bowels won't stay in. You know, they'll mess on themselves because it wasn't created for that, guys. Now, I can't tell you who to love. I can't tell you who your heart is wrapped up in. What I can tell you is that backside was not meant to be played with. So, come on, guys. When we see things are wrong and going wrong in women, you don't have to take it. You don't have, it's so many ways that you can run and get out of Dodge. Even though it may not be comfortable. I remember, let me say this. I remember I've been married. My first husband, I was married to. My husband I'm with now, I've been married to over 25 years. But my first husband, I married at 18. And I remember when I wanted to get out of that marriage, I told him, you can have everything if you want it. You can have everything. I'm not going to fight you over one thing, because what I knew even back then, as young as I was, that things can be repurchased. House, car, furniture, clothes, all this stuff can be repurchased. But what cannot be repurchased is your life and time. Okay? You can't if you've spent 5-10 years with an abusive man, all that time you can't get it back. Can't get it back. It's gone. Okay? And if it's really abusive or, not good for your health, you can lose your life. I have canceled women in the past that caught AIDS from their husbands, not knowing that their husband was slipping out with men. So when we see things aren't right, ladies, we need to speak up. When things aren't normal, you need to speak up. And if you need to get away, you need to find a way to get away. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself and for your children. So guys, this is me spilling the tea for the night. Okay, this is let's see what time is. Oh yeah, it's time. It's past my bedtime. It's almost 10 o'clock. I got to go. But I wanted to share this with you. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I think every Tuesday I'm going to spill the tea on something. One thing that I am going to come back and really commentate on is I'm going to really start putting a little comments on the news. We need to pay attention for what's really, really happening. We got a lot of stuff happening right now, guys. We're in a dangerous world right now, and it's a dangerous time. And so we need to be more mindful of what's happening. We need to be ready for what's happening. And we need to be smarter. I think we're at a time now that we need to be smarter. And stuff like this that we talked about tonight is really just a way to distract us from what's really going on. But we need to be mindful. We live in dangerous times, and we need to be mindful and ready, okay, and much smarter about how we walk and what we do and even what we say. Because if some of the laws that Trump want to put in place, some of the words you say can be caught and known as treason, and you could be kicked out of this country. So be mindful. Martial law is something else. So just be mindful, guys. Be alert, be ready. The Bible says, watch as well as pray. Okay, right now we need to be watching and we need to be praying because we got a lot going on. Shout out to all of the people that joined us tonight. Shout out to new people. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. We got a lot of stuff coming up. I'm also going to continue and do the house buying show. I think I'm going to start doing that though, either Wednesday or Thursday, but it's going to be early, probably about 5 o'clock to about 7, because by 7 o'clock my body is really, really running down. And I usually get home around that time, and I can just come in and do a show. But on that show, the house show, I want to go to different states and show you what's on the market, and we can talk about if it's a good buy, if it's a good price, if it's not a good price, and talk about just preparing you to buy property or land and those kind of things. So I still want to do that. I think probably going to be a Thursday, and I'm going to try to do it on an every Thursday basis. It might be earlier during the day. And if so, I'll post. I'm going to do it earlier or later in that evening, depending on my schedule. On Tuesdays, I think I'm just going to come back and spill the tea Tuesdays and kind of go through what has been said or seen around the internet from the week before. Forgive me, I did not say anything about Angie Stone passing. Loved her music. Seemed to be a great person. I didn't know her personally. I never had the pleasure to meet Angie, but I have heard through people that she was a good person and always had a good word to give you. So it's sad to hear of her passing. Now, all the tabloids got what did happen or didn't happen with her. That's going to go on. But, we pray for the family. We pray for healing for them. And I hope that, one thing I found out is death brings on a lot emotional trauma and financial disaster sometime. And I'm sure by them trying to filter through her estate and everything, it's going to be rough for them for the next few years. Because people, if you've never been through an estate estate affairs, it doesn't happen overnight. You don't just read the will and they say, okay, you've got X amount of dollars and here you go. It's normally a process, especially when it's got things tied to it. So they'll probably be going through that. And I just pray for them and pray for the healing for the family and her friends. She will most definitely be missed. And we just thank God for the music she gave to us. She shared with us, and we thank her family for allowing her to be with us and to share herself and her music with us. So shout out to Angie Stone's family. Much respect and love for the sister. So guys, I am out of here. Thank you, doctor. You always support me. I appreciate you. Much love. I'm gonna have to send you a gift. You're gonna have to email me your P.O. box or something. Let me send you a gift because you were always there for me. Hey, brother, how are you doing? Yes, you done missed it. We about gone, child. I go to bed early. I don't be up late. No. I'm not one of the wives, child. I can only have look. My husband only have one wife. Okay, and I'm enough for him. He would be crazy with two. But now go back and look at it. We actually talked about a few issues. We talked about Dr. Umar Johnson tonight. We talked about the war in Yemen or us striking Yemen. We talked about Elder Yara's debate. Elder Yara had a debate with Brother Reginald about the validity of the historical Jesus, which I thought was a pretty good debate. I thought that Elder Yara did a good job. There's some people he could have quoted that he may not have known about, but I thought he did a good job on that. And then we also talked about the fact that Judah Naz and Elder Yara got into a little tit for tat over, I guess, the morality of Judah walking around with his wife's underwear on his head. And then we also talked about GRLA Hebrew and what he has, has allegedly has been said to have done and been reported by one of his wives, and how it's impacting the Hebrew Israelite community. So we've been on for over 2 hours, guys, and I'm beat. But for the if you're interested in what we talked about Dr. Umar, check out Leonard Arnold. Honored is HONOR, honor, not Arnold. Check out his website. He is the one who really has covered Dr. Umar, and now he's covering the fact that Dr. Umar's children are coming out saying that he's deadbeat dad. If you want to check out the whole GRLA Hebrew story, check out Queen Throne's channel. She has done a full, she's got a 4-hour long with her commentating, and then she's got a 2-hour long with her not commentating on that whole situation. And it's just a mess. And so she got on there a couple of the brothers who have come out and spoke out about it. She's got GRLA Hebrew's part testimony where he came and spoke about it. And then she's got a part with Brother Tazariak speaking on it. So it's a really good piece. So, and that's on Queen Throne's channel. So check that out, brother. But I'm glad you came and joined us. We will try to do Spill the Tea Tuesday every Tuesday. I'm probably going to start it earlier, about 6:30 versus 7. And then on Thursdays, I think I'm going to come back and we do talk about house ownership. And what I do is I literally go to the state wherever you are in, and we look at what houses are on the market, if it's a good price, if it's not a good price, and what you should do to prepare yourself to purchase that home, whether it be for you to live in or you might want it for rental property, and how you can get rental property. And for those who really want to know more about getting into auctions and things of rental property, they can let me know. And those are some things that we can touch on as well, because I try to be informative. Really, my channel is trying to be informative to you guys as much as possible, and to bring awareness to my friends and my family. So thanks, guys. Thanks, y'all, for joining me. Please hit the like button. Please share this video. We had some good time, some little good laughs on this video tonight, but it was some serious topics on this video that we need to look at, and we need to think, guys. We need to think. Let's start thinking with our heads. Stop being so emotional. Think with our heads. Quit following people because they sound good or look good. All right. I love you guys. Thank you again, Dr. Linda. You always support me. Love you. Thank you, brother. I cannot pronounce Yashua. I'm not good with names but thank you, brother, for joining us. And had a few more. Thank you, Sister Jean. Thank you. I didn't even see Ted. Hey, Ted, I'm sorry. I didn't even see when you came in, brother. Yeah, Atlanta's full of them. That's for sure. Thank you, Jay. Who else I got? Thank you, Jean. Thank you. I don't know if Sadri was in here. Thank you, Rock. Thank you, Neo. And a few more. Thank you guys for joining. Much love to you guys. Please share the video. Like I said, I'm trying to build my channel slowly but surely, because y'all know I always got a lot going on. But I'm very informative. And if there is something that you really want to talk about or discuss, you can email me, or you can drop in the comments and say, hey, this is something I want to know about, especially when it comes to purchasing a home. Now, even though we're in different states, and maybe in different states and laws are a little different, I can maybe guide you to some things or someplace to get the information if you are really, really into trying to establish property and things of that nature. We also get into some, hey, we talk about everything on this channel. My family's history buffs. We love history. We love going back into history, all kind of history. So we talk about a little bit of that. And my daughter has, she has published her second big book, and she's got some smaller books. I forgot what they call them when they're just small chapters of books. I forgot. But she just put that out. So I got to read it. It's over 500 pages. So I got to read it first. And once I read it, I'm going to bring her on and we're going to talk about her book. She's got a lot of excitement toward her book. My daughter graduated with an archaeology degree. So she's, one of those whiz kids. She works and doing her thing on top of being an author. So I'm going to bring her on too. So we got a lot of things that we're going to talk about and share coming up. So thank you guys for joining. I love you guys. Please go back, watch the video, share, hit the like button. Look for me Thursday. We're going to talk about home by ownership. And then next week, we'll come back on Tuesday, Spilling the Tea Tuesday. And then, of course, I'll post the date and times. I love you guys. Have a good night. Have a great, great, great week. Please check out some of these videos, guys. And like I said, just be mindful. Just be mindful of folks. I love you guys. Until the next time, y'all have a great, 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 wonderful week. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your life because life is short. Talk to you guys later.